Do you matter? I mean, scientifically the answer is, of course, yes. You're a living being, forged by atoms that came to exist billions of years ago. You yourself are matter, fabricated by such complex and beautiful processes. But disregarding the fact that you yourself are matter, my question to you is, do you matter? A question that is pondered by many across the ages, beginning around the ancient Greek times where the soon-to-exist Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle all thought about the meaning of life and whether we mattered as humans. You see, this question has an innate difficulty surrounding it that causes generation after generation to ponder it, that difficulty being that there is no true answer. That is as far as we know. You see, these great minds believe that for life to have meaning you must have the following: virtue, reason, and purpose. It was said that if you had all of these, you would reach a place of eudaimonia, which, directly translated into English, meaning the state or condition of good spirit. If we just skip forward a few centuries, a new perspective gains traction and becomes a focal point of many beliefs. Christianity rises, teaching a divine purpose to many. Despite coming into existence in the 1st century, it would be stunted and not gain its great fame as of yet due to the fact it was outlawed by the Roman Empire and Christians faced heavy persecution. This, however, changed in the year 313. Why, you may ask? Because of Emperors Constantine and Licinius. These emperors issued the Edict of Milan, which legalised Christianity. Just a few decades later, in 380, the Edict of Thessalonica came to exist under Emperor Theodosius I. This made Christianity the official state religion of the Roman Empire. Roughly 600 years later, after the beginning of Christianity, Islam emerges. Prophet Muhammad spreads the message of Islam that was revealed to him through the Quran. Limited to just the Arabian Peninsula, it stayed as a small movement. Following his migration to Medina in 622, it began developing a community at Medina and Mecca. Following the death of Prophet Muhammad in 632, the early caliphs led military charges into regions such as Egypt, Syria, Iraq, and more. This is where the beginning of Islam's regional capture turned global. Scientists have always existed. From Pythagoras to Archimedes, there were always those who questioned, who yearned for more. This brings us to 1473, a year of which a very important scientific figure was born, Nicolaus Copernicus. He was inspired by a man called Aristarchus of Samos. He believed that the heliocentric model was true, yet because of Aristotle and others, it was ignored, replaced by the geocentric model. Copernicus wanted to prove this, and prove it he did. The heliocentric model is the idea that the sun is at the centre of the solar system and that the planets orbit it. This contradicts the original geocentric model, which had been in place for over 1,000 years. For mankind, this is a humbling discovery, from thinking they were the centre point of existence to figuring out that we are really just a tiny planet. No more significant than the other planets. You know, despite all of this discovery, it shows what humans are really like. That despite how small we truly are, we still work hard and strive to be the best we can. Scientific discoveries were happening at increasing rates, all challenging one another for the end goal of truth. Some decades later, in 1858, Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace presented the theory of evolution through natural selection. This ended up being one of the most groundbreaking scientific discoveries. This showed that we were not separate from nature, but rather a byproduct of survival and advancement. It showed us that we were just as much an animal as every other species. Did you know you contain roughly the same amount of bacteria cells as human cells? You are like a universe yourself, holding within a dense population of over 60 trillion cells. In a way, you are the universe experiencing itself, still limited by knowledge, but understanding of the vast intricacies life holds. So at the end of all of it, do you matter? Philosophy of the Greeks says if you live wisely, you do matter. Religion says yes, you are intended to exist. Science says yes due to the slim, unbelievable odds of your existence. Despite this, the answer does not lie within any of this, for it lies within you. You matter because you say you do, not because of faith or atoms. You matter because every morning you choose to wake up, that despite hardships, you still act, you still aspire, even if the intent is unclear. Now, if you're attentive, you will have noticed that all of these examples provided stem from one thing. That thing is hope. Humans run on it. The odds of you existing the exact way you do are estimated to be about 1 in 400 trillion. Your brain has more connections than there are stars in our galaxy. If you're 18, your heart has worked relentlessly, beating at least 600 million times. That is important. In the grand scale of things, we probably don't matter. We will never know for sure. All of our names will one day fade, memories long forgotten, stories vanished. Despite this, we dare to live as if we do matter. And to me, that is purpose. An everlasting imprint to those who surround us.